Welcome back to the pregame. Time now for our Liberty Communication Assistant Coach Minute. Going a little bit different here this week as we've got a couple of the 7th, 8th grade junior high coaches, Jarod Tylee and Barney Sexton, joining us. And I guess first off, gentlemen, Barney, we'll start with you. How long you been helping out here with the junior high now?
I believe this is probably must be about my 5th or 6th year at the junior high. So.
Okay, and Jarod, you're used to this practice field that we're at right now, but you've changed roles a little bit. Talk about that transition going from high school varsity down here to the middle school ranks.
I guess the biggest difference is the pace is a little bit more slow. And it's mentally and physically, you know. I mean, the learning curve, you got to have more patience with those younger kids. But it's fun to teach them all the little things. Hopefully that help them out when they get up here.
Well, I guess, Barney, maybe take that a step further. I know that you used to coach up here back in the day, too. You know, some old guys were playing around for you or something. But talk about that, you know, just that learning experience in that 7th, 8th grade of, you know, building on the fundamentals so that they are more prepared once they get up here onto this field.
You know, that's kind of always been our goal with the junior high program, is to try and get kids ready for high school level. So, you know, having JT come aboard this year, I can tell a huge difference in our offense. You know, the old offensive coach was not so good. That was me. But having Jarod along, you know, just being able to bring the stuff that they're using down to the X's and O's, and then technique that we're changing to try and better match what they're doing and schemes we're calling. So I would hope, you know, at our level, you know, wins are always great, regardless of what you're coaching. None of us coach to lose. But if we are losing games, we hope that it's because our kids maybe are concentrating more on the little things versus, you know, some schools spend a lot of their time running a lot of plays and various things, and we try and do the little things so maybe when they get to high school level, they're a little bit further ahead. So.
Well, with that, I know that you look at success in different ways, but Jarod, I know 8th grade undefeated this year, 7th grade, I think one win. They had a couple 5th quarters that they were able to pull away. Talk about kind of how you saw this team develop throughout the year.
Yeah, and actually we met this afternoon and kind of talked about those things. The 7th grade first, you know, we didn't add in throughout the year, but I felt like the stuff that we put in, you know, like what we would consider our base stuff, I felt like we got better, you know, throughout the year, and just getting the kids comfortable at playing different positions and just playing the game of football. And then the 8th grade, you know, they had another good season. They're a good group of kids. They work well together, and it was fun to work with that class. You know, I could do a lot of different stuff offensively. So it was a lot like running with our old varsity teams, you know, and I think this program up here has a lot to look forward to in those kids coming up next year.
Well, Barney, I know that you've probably coached quite a few of these guys that are playing up here. Anything that you see from them or you can kind of remember as they've progressed and now they're out here on this varsity level?
You know, the senior class right here, I think back to when we had them as 8th grade, it was a completely different team at that time. Obviously, there was some of the kids that are no longer playing football were with us, and we had several of the kids that were making our first 11 are no longer playing football. And we had some huge struggles along the way. I know that these guys will remember the game, and I'm not even going to mention the team that I'm talking about to the west here a little bit, and I hope we have a chance to match up against them, because when we played them in junior high their 8th grade year, they weren't so nice to us. We'll just leave it at that. But I know that these guys remember that game, and I'm sure they have it circled on their calendar and hope we get a shot at them. So.
Well, all the focus right now is going to be on Pleasantville, but hopefully some of those will be coming up. But we're looking forward to some of the things coming up in the future as well. Barney Sexton, Jarod Tylee, coaches here with the junior high program here at West Branch. Gentlemen, thank you both very much for joining us. Back with more of the pregame. You're listening to the Bearcast at westbranchfootball.com.